It's also clap, so you don't need to do the other part.
No, you do. You still need the thing to mark it. I'll show you how you do it. I'll show you how to do it.
What?
Well, I'll edit this one.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike. I'm Nick.
And we are the brothers Murph, and we are here to talk a little bit about how we do what we do, besides just rip it and rip it.
In life. We are talking about specifically on Twitch. As you know, if you're watching us here, we do stuff on YouTube all the time. But we also stream on Twitch now 3 or 4 days a week, depending on the week. And a lot of people have asked us, like, what's your Twitch setup? What kind of cameras do you use? What kind of lights do you use? And we've been wanting to do a Twitch setup video, but now that we're in our new fancy new studio, we figured we'd go through our Twitch setup, the physical stuff like our cameras, and then the
a little bit of the tech side as well.
Tech stuff in terms of what programs we use. And if there's anything you want to know more about, or if you want us to delve deeper into, please in the comments below let us know. Hey, I would like to know more about this, and we'll make another video. Why not? So one thing we do want to say is that all of this whole setup we got over time. We did not get everything out front.
You do not have to do this all at once. What it starts with is you and the content you bring, meaning from you and your heart and your entertaining ways or whatever. That's where it begins, and you upgrade the tech as much as you can, as often as you can, whatever pace that might be.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll improve from here on out, but nonetheless, this is what we have right now. Okay, so the first thing is very, very important is our lighting. This is our lighting setup right here. You can see we have these two kind of big softbox lights and two smaller ones. These ones right here are cool because they have this little dimmer knob. So if we have, again, we mostly stream board games and glare can be an issue. So if we want to turn down the lighting, we can turn it up and down. Or if you really want like orange gold lighting, you could also do that, which is pretty cool. We always use white lighting. And then these two soft boxes back here have a couple different bulbs in them, and these we just bounce off the ceiling to give a general ambient white light in the whole room. But these ones are our two main lighting things, and this one is just to fill out the rest of the room with some light.
All right, so this is our green screen setup. Now, we were able to acquire these green screens in the same lighting pack that we got our back two lights. So we have a few of those things that we've gotten from friends and stuff over the years. And this is actually two green screens sewn together. But again, you can get a cool pack which comes with two lights, green screens, and everything to kind of jumpstart your whole process. And what we've done is we took our green screen and we attached it to this really cool rail, which is usually designed for things like showers. And it is really cool because it's bendable, so you can kind of make it be whatever shape you need it to be. And then for us, it's much easier now if we want to set up for a live stream, because we can just kind of get this thing going and we can cover like our whole room like that. And then all we have to do from there is simply kind of make sure everything looks nice and straight. And then we have a couple of lights here on stands that serve as backlights for us. And that's how quickly we can kind of put this up. We can put it up and we can take it back down. So if we don't want to live in this green screen bubble, we don't have to. And if we do, all the better.
Green screen bubble.
Dang, dude. Like, watch me just all of a sudden be in space. Green screen. So one area that we've really invested a lot of our focus on was upgrading our cameras and our sound, because you got to be able to be seen and heard for people to want to watch you. So what we have here is we have two Razer, that's R-A-Z-E-R, Kiyos that are cool because they have their own built-in light right here, a little ring light, which gives you a little bit more control if you want, and also are just really sweet HD cameras. These also have the benefit of picking up really good sound. You can get by on just having one of these and having it also be your sound input. That'll be pretty good, but we also have a Yeti right here just to go one step further. This is pretty industry standard. A lot of people use these and they're really great for doing stuff like live streaming and also podcasting, whatever you need. It's a real workhorse, the Yeti. So that's what we get by on right now. It's just two cameras, a little bit of sound. We're good to go.
So we'll go over our overhead rig now. An overhead rig is very, very important for us because we do board games. But this rig could also work perfectly if you're doing something like art as well, because you just need a down camera. Now our down camera, we use the down cameras to attach to our Razer Kiyos, as Mike just talked about, with these articulating arms. They have a knob here so you can turn them and articulate them in any way you want. And then you just tighten this up and it holds it there perfectly. And it's really, really nice because midstream, if we want to adjust, we want to get closer down to the game, we can go down here and tighten it, and they just stay right there. They're actually really, really strong, really, really nice. And they just have this clamp that you can untighten and they can just essentially just grab onto anything right there. And now the overhead rig you can see is kind of slapdash put together, and we just kind of had to do it that way. We already had this bar system right here that's actually supposed to be for the green screen. You're supposed to set up the green screen on that, and then it drapes down like that, and then you do fancy stuff in front of it. But we use it for an overhead rig. We got some, I guess they're like plumbing clamps or something like that, that we screw together and then also use zip ties to keep them together. And then we got a wooden dowel here that we ran along there, and we can adjust this back and forward. But again, a lot of it is done with these arms here, so we don't really need to. And we counterbalance it with this rope here at the back. Now, this is to keep this from trying to go forward like this. It can go this way, but that's fine because all the weight is here. And this keeps it from drooping down and drooping down and drooping down. And it keeps everything in one spot. And on top of that, it's decently stable. This is one area that we do want to improve. It works just fine, but frankly, it could be better. So another cool tool that we have to use at our disposal, and this is something new to us, is something called a Streamdeck by Elgato. A Streamdeck here is essentially like a kind of button program where you can program different buttons. And as you can see, all the buttons do different things. They allow me to change the scene, so I can go from like this scene to this scene. And then back to here, and then over to this. Boom. And then boom. And then boom. And you can kind of keep going back and forth, and you can do different things like pop. We have different pop-ups that we do, you know, like, whoa, cool. But all that is programmed in here. So what you do is you just kind of have it off to the side of you here and never ever have to take a mouse and click. And especially once you get good about knowing where the buttons are, you don't even really have to look at it. You can just be like, boom, this thing is amazing. You can have folders inside of folders inside of folders. And so you can really program it exactly how you need it. You can put everything exactly where you want it and really make it yours.
All right, so now we're actually using our equipment, you can see, and we've got a little display capture going, which is one of the things you can do in OBS, and this is our OBS program. So now we're doing a display capture on something that shows a window, and so it's doing that on into infinity thing, so don't mind that. But this is generally what it's gonna look like. So right here we have stuff like your different scenes. You can set different scenes for yourself and like move around, like, oh, there's me like that now, and over here, stuff like that. You can move around to different cool scenes for yourself, and that's really easy. You can do that and also use the Streamdeck as well to do that. And then within the scene, you can have all sorts of sources. You can add little overlays and images you want to have pop up and go down. You can put in music if you want music. You can have silly things like that happen, and it's a great time. Everyone loves things like that. So you can do all sorts of stuff. There's no end to it, and it's all like nice and laid out. And we use Streamlabs OBS. We can also use just plain old OBS, which is basically this without the Streamlabs, which is like an additional tool you can use kind of integrated in. And then you can also have stuff like chat setups. You can have a Streamlabs chat bot, or you can just open up your browser to have your Twitch chat, so that way you can see what people are saying as the night goes on and you're streaming, and it makes it all very easy. So we have a 2-monitor setup that keeps it really smooth and easy for us to kind of keep track of everything that's going on during the stream.
So that is going to be it. That is our whole stream setup. Again, if you want to see us go through anything here in more detail and stuff like that, just please let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
And please check us out on Twitch, you know, where we
Indeed.
stream multiple times a week.
Yeah, and if you have any suggestions for things that you like to do for your setups, please leave them in the comments below, because we're always learning every day. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah, please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye. Such a cool video, right? Man, there's jokes, and I know what happened in this one for sure. So because of that, check out Restoration Games. They sponsor us, and there's info for them in the description below. There's also more things where I'm doing funny stuff. Sometimes Nick is funny, because I've seen all these